Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Syakirah Binti Mohamad Zaid. Today I would like to present my final year project 2, Design of Linear Quadratic Regulator for a DC-DC buck converter. For the project outline of this project include the introduction, problem statement, objectives, scope of works, literature review, methodology, results, conclusion, and recommendation. For the introduction, the application of DC-DC converter has been widely used in the power industrial electronic field, such as in the battery charging system. DC-DC converter can control the voltage regulation and reduce losses during the charging and discharging process. There are several types of DC-DC converter, such as DC-DC buck converter, DC-DC buck boost converter, and DC-DC boost converter. In this project, DC-DC buck converter was chosen in order to achieve desired output voltage control. Various control approach can be used to improve the transient performance and stability performance, such as PID controller, sliding mode controller, state feedback controller using pole placement, and state feedback controller using LQR. In this project, the state feedback controller by using pole placement and LQR has been designed in order to analyze the transient performance and analyze the steady state performance. For the problem statement, the DC-DC buck converter is used to regulate the output voltage at a desired level against changes in input and height unpredictable value. In this project, the design of a state feedback controller using LQR has been introduced. The transient performance and steady state performance will be analyzed. For the objective of this project, to develop a mathematical model for a DC-DC buck converter in time domain, to design state feedback controller for a DC-DC buck converter by using pole placement and LQR, to evaluate the effectiveness of the proposed controller in terms of transient and steady state performance. For the scope, the aim of this project is to design the controller for DC-DC buck converter in order to improve the transient performance and steady state performance of the system. Proposed controller is a state feedback where the feedback gain is designed by using pole placement and LQR. Design objective is to improve the transient and steady state performance. The results are obtained via the calculation and simulation works using MATLAB software with simu encoding. This project requires no hardware part. For the literature review, these are some literature studies on comparison in designing the DC-DC buck converter system, such as PID controller, state feedback controller by using pole placement, and state feedback controller by using LPR. Based on the literature review, the state feedback controller by using pole placement and LQR has been designed. For the methodology part, Figure 1 shows the flowchart of overall project for the final year project 1 and final year project 2. Table 1 shows the parameter to model the DC-DC buck converter. State space modeling had been used to design the DC-DC buck converter. The KVL rule is applied at the outer loop, therefore equation 3.1 and 3.2 had been obtained. When the state is on, the equation 3 had been obtained, and when the state is off, the equation 3.4 will be obtained. When we assume the switch is equal to D, and when the switch is open equal to 1 minus D, then we can get the equation 3.5 and 3.7. By using the nodal analysis rule, we can get the equation 3.7. Then, from the equation 3.6 and 3.12, the state space of DC-DC buck converter is obtained as shown in the equation 3.13. For the system without controller, Figure 2 shows the work diagram of the state space modeling method by using MATLAB software with Simulink. The state space model being developed in coding as shown in Table 1. A step past integrator demarks and scope were used to construct this block diagram. For the controller performance, the system will be controlled by using state feedback controller known as pole placement and LQR design. The process flow to construct the pole placement and LQR has been depicted in the flowchart that can be seen in Figure 3 and Figure 4. For the Figure 3 shows the flowchart to design the pole placement design. The mathematical derivation of pole placement controller is shown below. The parameter from the table is substituted in the above. Then the equation 3.15 had been produced. In order to check the controllability of the system, The matrix A will be times with matrix B to produce equation 3.16. Then by using the calculation, mathematical calculation, the system is controllable since the rank of the system is in the second order. In order to find the stability of the system, equation from theory 0.19 had been used and mathematical calculation had been calculated. Therefore, the system is not stable due to one of pole located at right hand side plane. Then the equation 3.25 used to find the feedback gain K if the closed loop poles be located at -10 and -11 by using the mathematical calculation. Uh, the result for feedback gain K obtained from the summation work and calculation are similar. Next, figure 4 shows the flowchart to design the LQR. Hence, the equation 3.37 shows the value of feedback gain K optimal P and E obtained from the MATLAB simulation. For the simulation work, figure 5 shows the design of DC-DC buck converter with controller for the tracking case. Figure 6 shows the design of DC-DC buck converter with controller for the regulation case. For the result and discussion, for the system without controller, figure 7 shows the waveform of output capacitor voltage versus inductor current of DC-DC buck converter system. The value of output current and output voltage growth. Therefore, the system is unstable. The output of capacitor voltage and inductor current were not satisfied. Figure 8 indicates the open loop pole and zero without controller. There is one pole located at the right hand side of the S-plane. The results show an unstable DC-DC buck converter with different parameters. As such, controller is needed to guarantee the stability of the system. Figure 9 shows the start response of the DC-DC buck converter without controller. The result shows that DC-DC buck converter is not stable. Next, for the controller performance of this project, the design of state feedback using LQR and pole placement had been designed to control the DC-DC buck converter. Both techniques designed for tracking and regulation case. Figure 10 shows the actual and desired output voltage for tracking case when the pole placement design has been applied. The test signal is introduced to observe the pole placement as shown in figure 4.1. Figure 10 shows the demand and actual output voltage response by using pole placement design. The system takes 0.748 seconds to track the 24 demand value. At 2 seconds, there is sudden drop at 6 volt. At 5 seconds, the system increase up to 2 volt. Therefore, it can be observed that the DC-DC buck converter system is able to track the demand value. Next, the figure 11 shows the demand and output voltage for LQR design. The figure 12 shows the enlargement of this demand and actual output voltage for the LQR design. The performance of LQR had been observed by introducing the test signal as shown in the equation 4.1. The system takes 0.0018 seconds to track the 24 volt demand. At 2 seconds, there is sudden drop at 6 volt. At 5 seconds, the system increased up to 2 volt. Therefore, it can be seen that LQR design can produce fast settling time response if compared to the pole placement design for the DC-DC buck converter. For the regulation part of the pole placement design, the state measure has been observed. Figure 13 indicates the inductor current and capacitor voltage for regulation case when the pole placement design has been applied. The inductor current takes 0.0014 seconds to reach 0, while the capacitor voltage takes 0.0016 seconds to reach 0. It can be seen that the DC-DC buck converter can regulate to 0. Figure 14 shows the result of state measure for inductor current and capacitor voltage regulation case when the LQR design has been applied. The inductor current takes 0.95 exponent minus 3 seconds to reach 0, while the capacitor voltage takes 1.15 exponent 3 seconds to reach 0. For the regulation case, it could be concluded that the LQR design can regulate fast transient response than pole placement design. In order to analyze the steady-state performance, the performing indices of integral of absolute area and integral of square area had been calculated and analyzed. For the integral absolute area, the detailed and deeper perspective of indexing of overall tracking performance has been analyzed. For the integral square area, the square of the area under the curve of the area versus time had been analyzed. By using this formula, we can determine the value for the integral of absolute error and integral of square error. Figure 15 shows the error between actual and desired voltage when the FPR design has been applied. The error is measured before the tracking case is applied. Therefore, the graph shows that the DC buck converter is able to stabilize at 0.019 second of settling time. Figure 16 shows the error between actual and desired output of both placement design when the controller has been applied. The DC-DC buck converter is able to stabilize at 9.2 seconds of settling time. Then, obviously, FPR produces faster response than FQR design. Table 2 shows the comparisons of performance index IAE and ISE when the controller has been applied. In conclusion, the comparative study in the previous result showed that the state feedback using LQR gives excellent performance than state feedback design using pole placement. The design of state feedback using LQR produces fast transient response and produces smaller error than a state feedback using pole placement. As a conclusion, all the objectives of this project has been achieved. For the recommendation, the feedback gate can be tuned by using fuzzy logic controller rule to improve the stability and reduce the error of the system. That's all. Thank you. Now, I would like to demonstrate the simulation work that has been done by using MATLAB software, Simulate and MATLAB code in designing the DC-DC buck converter of the system without controller and when the state feedback controller has been applied. So now I'll show you the system without controller. So this is the MATLAB code for the system without controller, and this is the uh, state space modeling DC-DC buck converter in Simulate. So for the state input, the final value has been set to 24 and state time is 1. The integrator is applied to design the DC-DC buck converter, and once we run the system, we can see the result from here. The result shows the system is not stable. And for the pole zero map, you can see that there is one pole located at the right hand side. It means that the system is not stable. For the step response, it shows that the response is not stable. Therefore, a controller is needed to improve the transient and steady state performance. Next, I will show you the simulation work for when the state feedback controller has been applied. In this project, state feedback controller has been used to design the DC-DC buck converter by using pole placement and LQR design. So first I show you for the pole placement design. So this is the code to design the pole placement technique. Then we evaluate the selection here. And then this is the simulation work that has been designed to design the DC-DC buck converter when the state feedback controller of pole placement and LQR has been applied for tracking case. So I will explain one by one. So this is the step input that has been set in this project. First, I set the final value is 24, and step time is 1, and the second condition I set the final value is 6 and step time is 2, and the third condition is final value is 2 and step time is 5. Then for the next step input is the final value is 24 and the step time is 0. And the manual switch has been used to connect and disconnect the step input. Okay, in order to analyze the transient response, I connect the step input with 3 conditions to analyze the transient response when the controller has been applied for the tracking case. So this is the tracking error gain. I use minus 0.076 exponent minus 4 for the pole placement technique, and this is the converter plant, and this is the feedback gain. Okay, once I run the system, you can see that the voltage capacitor result from here. And it shows that the system can track the demand value. Next, okay, now I will show you the results of the performance state feedback controller for LQR technique in regulation case. For the regulation case, the tracking error gain has been set to minus 2.12. Then the system will run, and we can see the result from here. Based on the result, the system is able to track the demand value, therefore the system is stable. State feedback controller for placement technique when the regulation case is applied. Okay, so this is the simulation work for the regulation case for the pole placement. For the pole placement design, then once we run the system, we can see the value, the state measure of inductor current and capacitor voltage here. You can see that the system can regulate to zero, therefore the system is stable. Next, for the regulation case, the running time was set by 0.01. Then we run the system. We can see the result, the state measure of inductor currents and capacitor voltage. And okay, you see that the system can regulate to zero, therefore the system is stable. Okay, first, in order to analyze the steady-state error performance, the performance indices of integral absolute error and integral square error has been designed in the MATLAB solution. Therefore, the steady-state error performance can be observed and analyzed. The steady-state error performance has been measured before the tracking case being applied. Okay. Firstly, I will show you the steady-state performance for LQR controller. Okay, so this is the simulation to design the steady-state error performance. Then the state input to move it to connected. The running time is 0.02. And then once we run, we can observe the error can obtain the stabilization time at 0.019 of second time. Okay, next, I show you the steady-state error performance by using pole placement technique. So the code need to generate first. Then we go to the simulation work. When we run the system, we need to set the 0.076 scoring minus. Okay, apply the tracking error gain for the pole placement, and then we run the system. Then you can see the error can the system can obtain the stabilization at 9.2 seconds of second time. Then the integral of absolute error and integral of square error can be obtained by designing, can be calculated by using simulation work. That's all from me. Thank you.